400 years ago, marshland covered a large area of the east of England. Its wet and boggy landscape provided a way of life for many people. It was known as the Fenland. The area was a mystery to much of the country, including the king. King Charles I wanted to make more use of this land, so he summoned the Earl of Bedford to advise him.
Cornelius Vermuyden, a successful Dutch engineer, was appointed to devise a plan to reclaim the land and transform the wet fenland into fertile farmland. By creating drainage channels for water to flow into, the land would eventually become firm enough to grow crops.
However, the Fen people were happy with their way of life and didn't want their homeland to change.
Despite the disapproval, the drainage plans went ahead and workers were sought in Europe. Many people fled persecution in France and Belgium for the promise of a better working life in England. The digging of the drains was relentless work for the settlers. Despite all the hard labour, the employment of the settlers caused more hostility with the local Fen people, and many of the workers were forced to flee from their jobs and their homes.
In 1642, England went to war with itself, and the Civil War divided the country.
After it finished, many Scottish prisoners of war were taken and forced to continue digging for drains.
The working conditions were described as a living hell. The ague, a form of malaria, was prevalent at the time, and many prisoners died during the work.
It was decided that a long straight drain, known as the Bedford Level, should be dug to divert excess water from the great river Ouse straight out to the Wash and the North Sea.
The water level would be controlled with a major sluice gate at Denver.
After decades of work, the new drainage system, with help from the wind pumps, was successful.
Eventually, the farmland created was some of the richest and most fertile in the land, and the fens became vital to the production of the country's food.
The age of steam and the invention of the steam engine increased the power and speed of water pumps, and the drainage system improved.
However, it was still susceptible to winter flooding.
An extra channel was eventually dug parallel to the Bedford Level to divert more water.
The long strip of land in between would be used as a floodplain to protect the surrounding farmland. This became known as the Ouse Washes.
The Ouse Washes are now one of the most important havens for wildlife in the country,
And are home to many rare species of butterflies, moths, insects, and birds, including hobbies,
avocets, and yellow wagtails.
Lots of water birds and fish, as well as voles, live on or in the water.
barn owls and bats can also be seen at night.
Cattle graze on the land in the spring and summer months, and during the autumn and winter they are moved as the washes become a major flood defence for the surrounding farmland and villages of the Fens.
It also provides a winter home for thousands of swans migrated from Scandinavia and Russia.
The Ouse Washes will play an important role in the future by providing a haven for endangered species of wildlife and protecting surrounding towns and villages against the environmental threats of rising sea levels and climate change.